Okay, recording this video for close trade Wednesday, 31st of August 2011. Hope you traded well today. Interesting day. We pushed on a little bit further up to 12:30 today, but we have another doji candlestick pattern. Open and close very close to each other, similar to yesterday's pattern. Today actually happened to be a high volume churn, showing a lot of volume, relatively low range, and so that shows kind of profit taking potentially going on. Two doji patterns in a row. I haven't been able to find a Japanese name for that. Candlestick patterns usually have lovely little names: Evening Star, Harami, all that kind of stuff. But two doji patterns in a row doesn't seem to have a name, as far as I can tell. If you happen to know, shoot me an email. But what that signals is, again, kind of more indecision, and out of two kind of doji patterns, you're now going to get a strong move in a particular direction. My guess is actually down, but the confirmation will be a break of certainly today's low and maybe kind of 1200 for sure. But with that high volume churn, I'm going to show you a couple of reasons why I think we're actually going to head down. So we're close to this kind of cyclical turn on these daily time frames. A whole bunch of risk on charts kind of coming up. We just need kind of price confirmation there. On the better X trend, we have actually flipped, because we closed above our trailing stop. We have actually flipped into an uptrend on this chart, but I think that's a little bit suspect just because it's so close to this kind of trailing stop line. I'm going more with this on the Trin oscillator chart. So Trin oscillator, we're overbought at positive 118 up here, and then you can see what we've got today was a bearish divergence signal on the Trin reading itself. So this is better Trin, this is the adjusted Trin, where I kind of flip it upside down, so positive values are buying, negative values are selling, adjust using log scales so that things kind of are scaled more linearly. Anyway, so with today's activity, we've got a bearish divergence pattern, and we're extended overbought in terms of the Trin oscillator. That for me suggests that the Trin oscillator is going to roll over, and that's similar pattern. Can show you what happened the last time we had that kind of pattern. So we were a few weeks ago, we were kind of overextended, bearish divergence comes in, and then the oscillator kind of turns over, and we get a turning point here. So that usually signals a turning point within a day or maybe 2 days. So just thinking that this just might roll over. If we go to the higher time frame tip bar charts, 40,500 tip bar chart, we've been playing above this cyclical resistance level here, and you can see we've had exhaustion buying signals followed by bearish divergence signals over the last 3 days, and each of these is just getting weaker and weaker. So with today's activity, we've got particularly weak. We're coming up to a support level here, so I think we'll find some support somewhere between 1180 and today's close if we head on down tomorrow. So we'll be caught on this higher time frame by the 40,500 tip bar chart cyclical support. But let me show you the 13,500 chart. So on the 13,500 tip bar chart, I think the pattern's a little bit easier to distinguish here. So we had our exhaustion buying coming into pullback to end of trend sequence here, and then with today's activity, so this vertical red dotted line is today's open. You can see the high up here, kind of just under 1230, extremely weak buying, bearish divergence signals here, and then with the end of today's activity, we've had this kind of just final kind of rush, which formed a flush buying pattern, so flushing out the last of the buyers. We weren't able to get above this cyclical support level here, and we're very close to rolling over and forming a pullback and a downtrend. So just be looking kind of overnight for weakness, and the market's starting to sell off into the open. If we actually get a change in trend tomorrow. On the 4,500 tip bar chart, you can see today's activity. So we kind of sold off into the close yesterday, and then we bottomed just after the close. We had exhaustion selling at that point during this move, and that kind of exhausted the sellers, and that allowed us to go into this kind of bounce move from there. So you can see the bounce came up, at the end of yesterday, and kind of the beginning of that after the close session. We have all these Rambo patterns kind of down here, but we bounced off that exhaustion selling into this exhaustion buying pattern up at 12:30, and you can see all the blue fractional bars kind of taking profits up here, and that's when we got our exhaustion buying signal on the flip side. So from there we've kind of sold off. This was kind of a rush for the doors, and then we kind of tested back up to 25s, and this was being led by the amateurs here with a Rambo pattern at this. That was kind of a dirty end of trend signal. We pull back to end of trend, but because pullback level was violated, that's kind of dirty end of trend. We come back down again. So at the end of the day, kind of a lot of closing out of positions, kind of extreme values in terms of better momentum on the 4,500 tip bar chart. When we go to the 1,500 tip bar chart, we had some nice little signals signaling kind of highs and lows. So this is the overnight activity where we kind of got ramped up. First end of trend signal. You wouldn't have kind of gone short there because we'd had exhaustion buying at that point, always waiting for the second cyclical turn after that, and the professionals aren't really going to let that kind of go. They're not going to have a change in trend. I think right at the beginning of the day they're going to get as much out of this as they can. You can see the second end of trend signal quite nicely. So we'd had exhaustion buying coming into this Rambo pattern here, pull back to end of trend, and then another Rambo pattern. So all the amateurs kind of getting wrong-footed up here. Blue professional bars, exhaustion buying again. We kind of take off to the downside. This one here, interesting. Quite a lot of buying into this point here, and then the market kind of sold off. Again, wait for the second cyclical turn because you've had your exhaustion selling at that point here. So second cyclical turn was caught the market here, and then this was this little ramp up into all those amateur buying bars, and that's where the market, they gave up the ghost at 25 and basically kind of let the thing tank after that. And then end of the day, end of trend, exhaustion selling signal, and we kind of bounce around after that a little bit. I had a good day. I'll tag on my day trades. You'll see in my second trade, believe it or not, I was holding into a news release, the 845 Chicago PMI. When I looked at Bloomberg this morning, they said that would not be a market-moving number. I think they've changed their tune on that. I think it used to be a market-moving number. But anyway, so I wasn't expecting it to generate any kind of volatility, or not much volatility. And so I was in a trade. Luckily, I was positioned the right way. The volatility came in and knocked me out of my target, but you'll see I'm a little bit surprised that happened at 8:45. But that was the reason. Chicago PMI number was coming out, and I wasn't expecting it to be a big mover. And then after that, a couple of small little trades just to close off the day. So had a good run over the last few days, so I'm quite happy with that. Anyway, I hope you traded well. Just gone along at 12.19 even, and just checking my stops and targets. I've got a kind of a short bias today, but today's a break day. It's either going to go up big time or down big time. We're hanging around this above cyclical resistance on. Hold on, just checking my stops and targets. Yeah. Anyway, so we're hanging around above cyclical resistance on the 1500 tip bar chart here. Now we've had exhaustion buying, bearish divergence, but we're coming into cyclical support here, and we could easily get kind of a little kind of breakaway group and see this kind of exhaustion buying kind of during the actual day. So it seems like it's breaking up in that direction. Two blue professional bars on the 500 tip bar chart at support here. It's kind of, here we go. Alright, so we're breaking away. So this is a pullback and an uptrend now on 1500 tip bar chart. Little exhaustion buying, little amateur down bar, showing a little bit of profit taking. No blue professional bars up here at the highs yet, so let's hold on and see if we can get taken out at 23 even. Okay, a minute later, first sign of a little bit of profit taking. Professional up bar here at 500 tip bar chart. We've had exhaustion buying on 15. We're coming back down a little bit, but no blue professional bars here on the 1500 tip bar chart yet. So let's have another run at it here. We're kind of resting at breakout. End of trend's just gone up on 15, but no blue professional bars and exhaustion buying. So this isn't over until we get some kind of bearish divergence, I'd have thought. Although that was bullish divergence that we got last time on 15. So anyway, still holding, just hoping for 23 to be taken out. Just out at 1950. Shame about that. Might be an opportunity to re-enter. So end of trend kind of went off
And now we've had bearish divergence on the 500 tip bar chart. Just wondering if we're going to be sinking into a downtrend now. So let's see on the next kind of test back what happens. I mean, it's unusual for us to turn around here. Okay, blue professional bars coming in at this level here. Maybe we're going to test back up when we get this cyclical turn. I don't think this is over until, I know we've had bearish divergence once, but not twice, and no blue professional bars here. So let's just hold it and wait and see if we get a signal on the 15 to go long again. So is that at 19.5? It's long at 19.25. Let's see if this kind of pops this time. So we'll get cyclical support on the 1500 tip bar chart. I mean, I really would like to see some kind of, there it is coming in, some kind of blue professional bars or something kind of down here. It was blue professional down bars on the 45, so yeah, potentially they were acquiring on the way down here. So yeah, just don't think this is the real end of trend. I mean, we should be waiting for the second cyclical turn after end of trend, because that one had exhaustion buying on it anyway. So amateur up bars not good here. So if we come through 18, I'll reverse and go short, but just long at 19.25 at the moment. Okay, a minute later, blue professional bar came in on the 500 tip bar chart, so we tested up, amateur up bar and back down to support. And so that just showed a little kind of congestion pattern. Then blue professional bar kind of came in, we immediately broke above that. That next blue one kind of came in, just looking at this. Whoa. Well, my target's at 23.25. Blue professional up die, here we go. So if we're going to max out, it'll be with this kind of sequence. Okay, flush signal kind of coming in. So let's just hope for a little push up to 23.25. Bingo, just taken out 23.25 for 4. Excellent. Now, what was 8:42 AM? I think there was a data release out at 8:45 maybe. I don't know what it was. I didn't think there was anything kind of market moving going on today. But anyway, so flush pattern kind of coming in at this cyclical turn. I don't know if this is going to be a divergence pattern on 1500 tip bar chart, but that's more like it. That's more like kind of some kind of either professional profit taking or getting this move going. We've stuck above cyclical resistance here on 45 and just kind of mowed it on. Today's the day. If the bulls want to save this, they have to really move it up and out of the way of a potential down move. It has to be a strong up move day. Otherwise, it'll give up the ghost kind of early on and then kind of be a strong kind of downtrend day. It looks like they're trying to keep it going. But anyway, let's see. I mean, I'm done for the day. That's 2 trades, 4.5 points. 8:43 AM. It doesn't get better than that, and I'm not going to be stupid and kind of give it back. So I'll just be happy to watch it for a while. Short 25.50. And trading against the trend here, but reason for going short, 1500 tip bar chart, we've had exhaustion buy and bearish divergence signals, really getting really close to the zero line here, and a little bit of a rush for the doors here with this kind of exhaustion climactic selling signal on 500 tip bar chart, and then this last little test up, amateur up bars, kind of expecting the uptrend to continue. And you can see amateur up bar there on 15, and we've broken below the low of that, coming up to cyclical turn on the 500, so the energy should switch to downside, kind of going in to a support area on 15. So I mean, there might be a little bit of an opportunity here to catch this on the way down. So if this breaks into a trend below support here, or let's wait and see anyway. So just short 25.50, 25.25, just for a quarter point. And reason for getting out there, exhaustion selling, and we've had a flush signal, a bullish divergence signal kind of come in here. We're coming up to cyclical support on the 1500 tip bar chart, which would be a pullback at an uptrend. And after these two bullish divergence signals right on the zero line, you expect a little bit of a spike down That's as much of a spike down as we got. Now we're kind of, there we go, pullback and uptrend's kind of come in. There's kind of a little bit of spike down, so we kind of sold off and think we're going to retest the highs. Not going to enter long, just not interested in it, but I'll be interested to see what happens when we get the end of trend on the 1500 tip bar chart. But it was worth a try. Thought it might, you know, go for a little bit more than that, but didn't, so that's fine. 26 even. I don't know, said I wasn't going to do this, but you know, the signal's kind of lining up. So on the 500 tip bar chart, we've had exhaustion selling, bullish divergence coming, and a flush signal down here. This last little move down, amateur down bar testing. So it's like a double bottom here with this on this cyclical support area here, and it happens to be a pullback and an uptrend on the 1500 tip bar chart. Here we go, kind of racing away. You know, it's still an uptrend kind of today. So this will run until we get an end of trend on the 1500 tip bar chart. So long 26 even, let's see if we get a little bit of a run. Just came out at 28 even for another 2. That was almost, well, I don't want to say too easy, but pull back to end of trend. There we go. Pro signal exit comes in on the 1500 tip bar chart. Exhaustion buy and blue fractional bar with an end of trend kind of up here. And up here on the 500 tip bar chart, I mean, we're still going up, but we had a Rambo pattern here, so just that as a combination. Thought, yeah, just get out, it's kind of profit taking. You know, the target's at 30, but seems like a little bit of a stretch. Anyway, 29's hit now. Never mind, whatever. Another 2, that's nice. This gives me 6 3/4 for the day, so yeah, very happy with that after 4 trades. So definitely gonna quit at that. Hope you traded well today.